So, Shok, welcome back to the PCS, mate. How's it feel to be back?
Look, mate, pleasure to be here, especially with fine gentlemen like yourself.
Grandmaster player. By the way, guys, Grandmaster.
Right.
We're getting a Korean Grandmaster's opinion now. Soon to be challenger,
Yeah.
isn't that right?
That's exactly right, mate. Be there or be square.
Absolutely. So we're getting some opinions from the man himself, obviously experiencing Korean solo queue against and with some of the PCS players. I remember Taco, recently you just told me just now, Adiogs you went against, as well as Junja on your team. You went against Kasa, you went against Rest. Who do you think was the most impressive solo queue player from the PCS that you've gone up against, or maybe on your team? Either way you want to look at it, who do you think it was?
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. I mean, the highest LP was definitely Junjia. I think he was like 1450, but he did go like 1-10 on Viego on my team. Fortunately, did manage to win that game. I think from the performances I remember, actually like Rest was very good. I think it's like a pretty good meta for him. You know, like I remember like the Cannon and the Rumble, and like Rumble has been nerfed a bit on this patch, but last patch and, you know, the patch I got here originally in Korea, Rumble and Cannon were both super broken, so I was like very scared when I saw people that were, you know, good at that champ in my game, and I think Rest was pretty good at both.
Compare them then to the Oceanic solo queue experience. Some of those OS pros that you've played with and against. I'm not sure, you haven't versed a whole lot of the pro mid laners from PCS, right? It's been mainly tops.
Yeah, I don't think other than Adiogs, I don't think I've versed any other PCS mids.
Yeah, so I mean, just in general then, comparing to like the LCO players that you've played against, do you think like just the caliber, like the fact that Junja can make it to 1450 LP, do you think that's possible for the majority of LCO pro players? Do you think like any of the junglers like Schönfire, you know, in the past, top 4 I think he got in Korea in seasons gone. Do you think it's something achievable at the current, what would I say, proficiency, the current level of OS solo queue?
So the answer is like yes and no. Like there are definitely players who have the potential and have the talent, I think, and the work ethic in order to, you know, reach those esteemed ranks. But I actually think it is just genuinely impossible for like OC players to compete at that high level with the level of like play around them. You know, like I feel like here, like it's just so much easier to improve again when you're like up against players that are really challenging you all the time. And even though there are, you know, people like Schönfire you mentioned, and there are other like really top tier pros in OCE who I think like if they spent enough time in Korea would be reaching, you know, near the top, but just like without having that environment all year round, it like really stunts your growth. And actually I think OCE does like very well considering their like lack of I guess like lack of resources almost, or the lack of skill of the region around them, because yeah, it's pretty tough. And the PCS players having the Korean solo queue, having access to that all year round, and not just the solo queue, right, the scrims and stuff as well, that is a major advantage. And yeah, no, I think it's bullshit, man. It's unfair.